What's up, everybody? Well, yeah, no, well, I thought I was going to have an intro. Apparently, Cam didn't roll an intro tonight. So, welcome to the Hold the Green podcast. It's your boy, Boston Capper with Twitterless Steve. It is Players Week. It is Tuesday night. I am fucking ready. Steve, how you feeling, bud?
Look at the shit-eating grin on Cam's face off camera right now.
Yeah.
We took my God.
I took it off for Andy's interview with Bob Herrig, and it doesn't save, and so that's my bad.
You are on a
roll. That's two bads in a day. Two bads in a day.
Yeah, I'm freaking out of it, but I hit Russell Henley, so I don't care.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that, by the way. I didn't get to grill you on the Sunday show for a man that does not believe in mushing, by the way, to hang the boss of ISN out to dry.
Next time he does it, me and Rishi are going to fly, and we are going to fucking murder you. And I know Rishi doesn't believe in it, but the next time you do it to him, just like you do it multiple times to everybody else, he's going to stop believing in the Cameron Kerr mush power.
Hey, that wasn't me. That was not me. I didn't I forgot how much everyone in the golf gambling space believes in that, so I should not have said anything. But no, I do not believe that Andy texting me in the middle of the day somehow magically made Russell Henley chip in for birdie on 17 last week or 16 last week. I do not believe that at all.
All right. He's a mush. Let's get on to the players. I don't want to talk about Russell fucking Henley. I want to talk about TPC Sawgrass and what we're going to do this week. So we talked about it. Go ahead. We talked about it Sunday night. We haven't got Sticks report yet, but it was cold again this morning. It was windy and cold last night. Looks like it's going to be cold morning again tomorrow. Do you think the weather's going to factor in at all? The rough's going to come up? What do you think?
Well, so let me ask a couple questions to you first.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of rain on Sunday and Monday morning.
Yeah.
How much rain have you had in the last couple of weeks? A lot?
Well, fucking zero.
Zero. Okay.
Well, I feel like zero. Not much, if any.
Okay. So really it just dumped rain for one day, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, a day and a half.
Okay. So the reason why I say that is, so right now the golf course is probably a little soft. Okay.
Yep.
It could definitely stay that way because I've seen them just want to make this thing pillow soft all week. I do want to bring the attention that, as you just said, if it had been raining all January and that ground is really saturated. Yeah, a few days without rain. After it had rain, it's going to keep it soft. But look, you had sunshine all today, right? And some wind.
Yeah. So it was shitty out this morning. It was cold, windy, overcast, and then it got to be about 70s all day. It turned into an absolute beautiful day from 10:30, 11 o'clock on.
Okay.
And it's cold. It's cold again. Not like last night, but it's still cold for Florida.
And then tomorrow you're going to get some more sunshine, I think, all day.
Yep. All day.
I mean, that does wonders to dry a golf course out. The problem is, are they going to actually allow it to do that? Which I have my reservations with how lush and green they want this thing to look all the time. So we'll see. I think at the very least, it's going to start off pretty soft on Thursday morning. So, and there's not really a whole lot of wind on Thursday morning. It's going to be cold though. It's going to be
it's going to be cold.
The mid 50s.
Yeah,
but it is humid though, so it's not really going to affect how much the ball carries as much.
It's really not.
I know
humid. But it's really not humid right now.
Well, in the mornings though, it's 95% humidity, and then it tails off to 50%, 40% during the day. Yeah. So in the afternoons, it dries out a little bit. But I would probably think on Thursday morning, especially because you're going to get a west wind. At that point, a light west wind. Yeah. I would probably say guys are going to get off to a pretty good start. The tournament. Now the weather gets kind of weird on Thursday afternoon. Mm-hmm. So they're saying sustained winds 5 to 6 miles per hour, but maybe some gusts to 20, which is that's clearly wrong because that doesn't happen.
Dude, I will tell you, it does happen around here like that. So I think I saw somebody else say that, and I was like, listen, as somebody who lives here, especially down as the closer you get to the beach, that shit happens all the time.
Okay. Well, I guess Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I know it's like not beachfront, but it's it's right there.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I guess my bigger concern is the direction of the wind at that point. So it's going to flip around to the south. And what that's going to do is number 2, number 11, and number 16 are all going to play into the wind at that point. And I know 11, you don't want to play into the wind on 11 because with all that water you got to carry. You also play number 4 into the wind with a south wind. So, like, if you're standing there and you got to hit a low spinner wedge shot, that can be kind of nervy. You're going to clear the water then. So that could be a little bit difficult. 9 plays downwind, though. So I guess I would suggest for if you want to play guys Sunday or Thursday afternoon, I mean, obviously the better players start off on 1 on Thursday afternoon. But maybe if you're looking more towards like a guy who's not very highly priced in DFS or anything like that, I would want to start Thursday afternoon on 10 because it looks like the wind isn't going to shift until about 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30. And you might be able to get through 11 and 16 without a headwind at that point. And then at the end of the round, then you get 9 completely downwind at that point.
Well, that's true.
So I think I would probably want to do that. But overall, though, I think for Showdown, I would probably want Thursday, unless the forecast completely changed. And then there's like no wind in the afternoon. Then it probably doesn't matter at that point. You probably have offsetting factors. It's probably a little softer in the morning, but you got warmer temperatures in the afternoon.
Yep.
So you just play your guys at that point.
Yeah. So, okay. That makes sense.
Okay. As far as the rough, though, so apparently we got a report that it's not 4 inches.
No.
I think the only thing I want to maybe say about that is because you got a lot of rain on Sunday and Monday, and you got some sunshine. And I know living in the Northeast here that you give some ryegrass, some mid 50 lows at night, some sunshine and a little bit of water, it can grow pretty quick. So I would not be surprised because, hey, grass grows, that maybe by the time we get to the weekend, maybe it doesn't start off maybe it's not 4 inches by the time we start off the tournament, but I would probably say by the weekend because ryegrass can grow pretty quick. It can grow up to 2 inches a week. So I would probably say, given the conditions at the golf course right now, they probably know what they're doing. If it's not 4 inches, they're probably going to let it grow up a little bit. I probably would expect it to be that length by at least probably Saturday is my guess. So I'm not really all that concerned about it. It's not really changing my handicap all that much. And even so, even if it's like still 3.5, we've seen the missed fairway penalty be pretty high at that length anyway. So it's not going to change really anything for me.
Okay. I like it.
Okay.
So I think I'll be out there Thursday morning. Last year I was out there Thursday morning, and it's definitely cold and damp. I feel like it's going to be the same exact thing. And the ball definitely was not going as far as like these guys thought it was going. And if it's already going to play soft, I wonder if that gives an advantage to some longer guys, at least in the morning, 2 times on Thursday.
Yeah. I mean, probably, I'm looking for pretty good drivers anyways, long and straight. I mean, otherwise kind of long, but I can see the benefit to it. It's not tremendously long golf course to begin with, but probably maybe kind of like what we saw at API, maybe a little bit of length helped you the first day. And then, once the conditions kind of change a little bit, you get the ball strikers, but the weather over the weekend though does look pretty rough.
Saturday afternoon looks great.
Yeah. That's why I'm a little hesitant on the winning score prop. Because that weather over the weekend, it's pretty brutal, seems like.
Sunday looks all right.
Yeah, but it's like 10 to 20 miles per hour out of the south again. So that's still going to impact you on the par 5s. That reduces some scoring opportunities there. 4 becomes a real big car crash hole. So that's my concern there. I think it's 16 under, 17 under, I think is the over under.
16 and a half, I thought.
That's probably... I would probably say if the weather forecast holds, if you get one really brutal day on Saturday, one kind of not so great day on Sunday, but 2 pretty good days on Thursday, Friday, that's probably right. So, I'm probably just going to do round scores again. I'm going to try to ride the wave. We'll see what happens. I'm leaning doing unders on Thursday morning for round scores. But I'd like to see it get a little warmer, I think, to give me full confidence on that.
So yeah, no, definitely, because it is fucking. It is, especially for fucking Florida. It's freezing. And last time I was out, remember, I think I sent you a picture. Victor was wearing goddamn like mittens, and it was like fucking 55 out. And I was like, this guy's from goddamn Norway, and he's wearing like all these guys are soft, like when it comes to like cold weather. He was wearing like a snowsuit. I think it was ridiculous. That might have been 3 years ago, but either way, yeah, I think you're right as far as that goes. I will just wait. I mean, the weather changes here on a dime. It's wild. It's insane. Because I stick with saying the wind was swirling today. Not where I was at, but that doesn't mean anything. He's on the course. If it's swirling, that makes me happy.
Okay. All right. Last thing before we bring in our just awful producer Cam, just dropping
awful producer
all week. Thoughts about the tree on 6? We talked about this on Sunday.
Pete texted me about this already. He sent me a picture. He's like, let's just camp out here. I was like, absolutely not. Like everybody's buying into this tree. And Michael, I'm not talking about you in particular. Like the PGA is doing it to make all of a sudden it look difficult. Steve explained it best. The gap to the left and up, they're just going to go over it. And the guys who can hit low stingers are just going to go under it. I think one guy hit the tree today, supposedly. Was it?
Yeah, it was Pot Guider.
Of
course. Of course he would do it.
Yeah, so it's window dressing, right? That's all it is. Hey, look, we're making it more difficult for the players, but they don't. Like it's not going to make it more difficult.
Yeah,
that's more visually intimidating. Maybe on Sunday coming down the stretch and you get a squirrely fucker who's in the lead who is not normally in the lead or in the mix. Maybe it comes into play. I don't think it's coming into play Thursday, Friday, or Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably see a highlight of somebody who just double crosses one into that tree way on the left there and just hits like 120-yard drive at that point.
That'd be amazing.
But we actually got it confirmed by our boy on the ground, UT Sticks, that guys are just taking it left and faded back into the fairway, just like we said on Sunday. There is a giant gap, and just with technology nowadays, it's so easy to fade the driver. That's why they actually did the changes on 2, because they want to encourage guys to, if you want to take out more risk by hitting driver right to left, reward those guys because it's a more difficult shot. I mean, we saw with Wyndham, he aimed out of bounds on 18 and just curved it way back into the fairway on Thursday. That's just all what these guys do now. It's their stock shot. It's very easy for them to do it, and they'll do it again on this hole. So it's an homage to a time where that tree would actually matter because guys couldn't bomb at 330 and have it go left or right. So these guys did have to hit stingers under trees.
So I watched Tin Cup. Maybe I'm sure you hate that movie because it's fun.
I don't hate that movie. Why would I hate that movie?
I don't know.
Because it's funny. You think I don't have a sense of humor?
You don't like Goodfellas, therefore I don't take your movie.
That's not true. That is okay. This is going to be its own separate podcast. Maybe we can argue about this again when we do the mailbag episode during the Zurich.
Yeah, fair enough. But so it's funny. So I watched Tin Cup like a couple months ago, and it's just so funny to look at the clubs these guys were fucking using. It's like the 1800s, like in my brain. Like it's crazy. I'm like, oh my God, like look what they're using compared to what I use. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I think they were shocked that he was going to go for the green with a 3-wood from I think like 240.
No, I don't even think it was 240. I thought it was 220.
220? Yeah. That just shows where things have kind of gone in about 20 years. But between that and the fashion choices in Tin Cup.
I can't shit. Listen, I grew up, you grew up there then. There's plenty of shitty pictures of me with bad clothes on in the 80s and 90s. So
yeah. I think the most unbelievable part of it was it was 2 things. One, Peter Jacobsen wins, I think, that tournament. And 2, how did his first attempt land like 2 feet from the hole, and then he was able to spin a 3-wood back into the water? How is that possible?
You know what? That's so funny. I didn't even think about spinning a 3-wood back into the water. But you know what else is funny is Phil is like a baby in this movie, and he's talking about gambling right off the jump. I think what is he, like maybe a year or 2 on tour at that point?
It was 1995. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So he's a baby, and he was giving us breadcrumbs to I'm a degenerate right off the jump.
There you go. All right, we gotta actually talk about gambling. We're doing too much.
All right, come on.
At this point. All right, Cam, come on up. Hopefully, you actually are prepared this time. And
what's Mike saying about the tree on 6? What's this thing about the tree on 6?
It doesn't matter. Let's do the chat, Cam. It doesn't matter.
He's kidding. He's kidding.
Oh yeah, that was an inside joke for the insiders. All right, golf tips checker game. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So for those who
won last week,
we haven't done it in a while because Cam's been skipping on some of these shows. So
I was here last week. We didn't do it.
Did we do it? Maybe we didn't even do it.
No, you were gone.
Oh no, I wasn't even here.
Yeah, Oh, we had a guest on.
All right, I'll let you go. I'll let you go first, Steve. All right. So basically, what we do is we try to guess the most tip players. Usually, it's 7 or 8 guys. It was a bit on the last place we were at. We've just kind of carried it over here because certain people believe if you're on it, you're dead. And then the golf tip checker just kept winning over and over again. So it was fun.
Okay.
So
all right, I think you're up 3-2 on the year, though. You're up 3-2 in the year.
So want me to go first?
All right. No, well, you know what? Actually, because you are winning the year, you can go first.
All right, I will take Michael Kim.
8 names.
8 names. Okay.
Michael Kim.
Michael Kim is number 8 at 66 on average odds.
I thought he'd be higher than that. Okay.
I'm going to go with the guy that was steamed the most this week. The guy that was number 1 in PG Tour Power Rankings, Sepp Straka.
Sepp Straka is number 1.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
He's dead.
Most tips this week, I think by a large margin, according to our friend GTC.
Yep. I think he said on Andy's Monday podcast, it was almost 40 tips, right?
Something like that.
I mean, I get it, but man.
I guess.
Okay. All right, you're up.
Did he just gain like 6 strokes putting last weekend too? It was all this putter. Anyway, doesn't matter. I will go with somebody who I bet early, and then I saw all the type of love. I'll go Daniel Berger because it was a good number playing good in Florida.
Yeah, Daniel Berger's number 6.
Wow, I'm getting the low guys. All right.
So we got
good for us,
8,
Steve.
6, and 1.
All right, we'll go with another course fit who's been playing pretty well this year. How about Aaron Rye?
We got number 5, Aaron Rye at 50-1.
We are rolling.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
So here comes
the Discord did say you guys were going to get all 8.
Here comes the screeching halt.
By the way, this list makes complete sense so far. I'm getting
it
a
absolutely
theme,
does so far.
It makes complete sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you're up, Boston Capitalist.
All right, so I'm going between. Well, I don't want to say both names because I'll give you a guess. I feel like that's cheating, maybe. I don't know. I'll go Ludwig because the number is good out of those numbers.
Ludwig is number 4. So we have
we got 1,
4, 5, 6, and 8. So we have 2, 3, and 7 left.
Okay. I'm going to go with Boston Capper's boy, Keegan Bradley.
Keegan Bradley is not on here.
Well, good for you, Boston Capper. Good for you.
So happy about that.
Okay. All right, strike one for me then.
So I'll go with all the losers who are going to back this idiot at a terrible number, and feel free to clip that when he wins. I'll go with Colin Morikawa.
Colin Morikawa is not on here.
Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. Everyone said no. You know what? We're not betting him at 12. We bet him at 16, but not 12. We're gonna turn.
I hate to say it. That might be the reason I go to him this week.
Yeah, probably.
Same mentality that I had with Henley last week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
We hit Henley because there was a bunch of gutless losers at the top. Just go ahead.
All right, we've stalled a little bit. Let's try to get back on track here. How about Shane Lowry?
Shane Lowry is not on here.
Wow. Okay, we are really blowing it now. Okay, I got 2 strikes.
I got 1.
We have 3 more.
Yeah.
Come on, we can.
We got 3 more. 2, 3, and 7.
We can do this.
All right. So just looking at the number, played well last week, and the only reason I'm even thinking about him is because I wanted to play him in DFS because he was stone minimum, and I left him off my board. Is Rosie popular this week?
Justin Rose, number 7.
Okay.
100-1.
So what do we just need 3 and 4?
No, 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Okay. I will go with somebody's pretty popular in DFS. I'll go Doug Gim.
Oh, that's a good
Doug Gim is not on here.
All right.
Oh no. Wow. So it's up to me?
Okay.
Yeah, you still have two strikes.
All right. So
if it's the 2 that I'm on,
no.
Mad. All
right. What about Jason Day? Just kind of melted a little bit on Sunday. Decent number. not really popular in DFS, so maybe they put him on the betting card. No, actually, fuck that. How about Adam Scott?
No.
Okay. Damn it. All right.
So I got one more.
Yep, one more.
All right, let's see if I can get another. Let's see. I don't think I have any of my guys cursed yet, so I'll go with Hideki.
Hideki, number 2.
Good.
Hideki is cursed. All right,
there we go.
Right.
You got number 3 left, Chris. You got this.
No, right?
Okay.
I'll go with. I know. Fine. Put a clock on me. I'll go. Akshay?
No.
Bump.
Number 3, Nick Taylor at 100.
Nick Taylor.
Okay. I can see that. I should have thought of that one. That's fine.
All right.
I like him.
Good. There's 2 guys. All right. So half my card is done, but that's okay.
I don't feel like that's the thing anymore.
No, I don't think so. That's not it. That hasn't been a thing in a while.
That was Matt Gannon's thing. He never picks anyone on the chart, but the chart does win. So
yeah, the chart has been winning. I think since like last summer. I think it's started to roll a little more. So all right,
thanks, Cam.
So thank you.
Look at this. Look at this little tidbit. Is this going to be like the new Matty Fitzpatrick where he vacationed? Carl Phillips played 6 junior tournaments here and then finished outside the top 10.
Yeah, he's the little darling now. Everybody hit him at Puerto Rico Open.
Yep.
Local kid, apparently. Well, now local kid, but he played a lot of junior tournaments here. Yeah. I mean, maybe that is a Fitzpatrick. Maybe
no, I think he lives here now. Somebody talked about him living here now.
Does he live with Cam Smith? Is Cam Smith still living in Ponte Vedra too?
He is.
Yes.
I know.
That's
I know.
Sad. He's on the other side of the world for that this week. I know.
So sad.
I know. All right.
Might try to hurt me.
Yeah, because we've been doing a show for what, 5 years? We gotta get a little feisty sometimes.
It's true.
All right, top of the board. I'm gonna let you kick it off. Okay, let's talk about just. All right, who's your least? Let's maybe start in a different direction.
Sure.
Who's your least favorite play under 30-1 or 30-1 or worse this week? Who's your least favorite play?
I guess it's gonna be between. I got 3 plays that I hate, so I'll just pick the person I hate the most, and I'll say JT.
Okay, you're not in on JT.
No, listen, I know he was fucking a stud off the tee last weekend, and I know he's the best approach player in the game. Blah 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 blah. I don't care, and I know TPC is, or Sawgrass doesn't. It diminishes putting. It doesn't diminish that bad of putting. He is lost on the greens. And when he misses big. You can't miss big here. So I know he's been great off the tee, but it only takes a couple. And you're out of the tournament. And I know he's got a great course history here, but I don't care about course history here. This is a place that'll just come up and grab you, and everybody is known to, suck here every once in a while. Yeah, I'm just fading JT. That's it. I don't like JT here. I thought he was going to be steamed in DFS too. I hope he is, because it's a full fade for me. Okay.
We're on opposite sides on JT this week.
Then. Why do you like him? So explain to me why you like him.
Okay. So the positives. You touched on 2 positives. Since last fall, he's been driving it pretty good. And he's actually starting to gain a lot more fairways since like last fall. The iron play, obviously, tremendous for him.
Yep.
In the windy conditions on Thursday at Bay Hill, he was one of the leaders in ball striking that day. So I know if we get the windy conditions kick up, actually, I know we talk about like JT in the wind and everything like that. Like, is he a house cat or not?
No. I
mean, I've seen him do it in bad conditions here before. Mm-hmm. And I saw him do it at Bay Hill and windy conditions, hit the ball pretty good. Mm-hmm. And he's, we had a little discussion last night in Discord about like when we're just out on guys who we just make these grand sweeping proclamations that guys can't win.
Yep.
And Mexico City, love that guy because usually he's awake at the hours that I'm awake because he lives in Australia.
He's a sharp ass dude too.
He's a very sharp better, very smart guy too. So I love bantering with him. He made a good point that, it's more about like just guys just kind of fall into wins sometimes. And it's a really small sample size that we kind of make these grand proclamations about these guys. And you know, if you're just putting yourself kind of in the mix for wins and like sniffing contention, at some point it's going to happen for you. You know, and JT's done that a fair amount, at least since last fall. You know, he was in final group at Zozo, did pretty well at Amex. You know, showed a little bit at Bay Hill. Top 10 at Genesis, I think.
Yeah, top 10 at Genesis. He agreed he was outstanding.
Yeah, I know. I know he ragged on the
there.
I know he ragged on the hero, but he was tied for the lead with Scotty heading to the final round. Just didn't have a good day, but you know he's had a good tournament. So, and everything I'm looking for, at least with a guy that I like this week, is there, except for the putting. I will give you that, but as you just pointed out,
kidding.
Yeah, no kidding. He's terrible putter. Last week was
not giving me anything.
You made the point already that putting is definitely de-emphasized. This is a ball striker's golf course. But what if I told you as well that actually the last couple times that JT's been on overseeded surfaces, he's actually game putting putt very well. So Phoenix, game putting, Amex, game putting. He game putting a little. Well, technically he lost putting, but in an average, he would have gained a little bit at Quail Hollow. Gained at Harbor Town.
Sure.
He's got some good finishes at like Travelers and Harbor Town lately. TPC Southwind, like these are kind of his types of golf courses.
I bet him first down. I bet him first round leader.
Okay,
and that'll be that.
All right. I never bet. I can't remember the last time I actually bet JT. By the way, because I think I'm just scared of you like bullying me. But he fell to 30-1, and look, like I had a lot of trouble with this.
You put that on your. You can put that. You put that on your fridge with the rest.
Fine, I'll put it. I'll put it on my fridge. But there was a couple guys I was going back and forth between at about like 30 to 40-1. And look, it's a lot of perceived losers. I think I got a lot of perceived losers on my card, but I think it just at some point it's going to happen for him. He's shown enough the last 6 months to make me think he is capable of winning this event. So I went JT at 30.
Fine, whatever. It's a good number for a shitty golfer, I guess. Okay. So I think the word gutless loser gets thrown around way too much. Maybe that's what I'll do for the newsletter. Maybe I'll put together a gutless ranking and who's actually gutless and who's not. Because JT won at the PGA because Mito Pereiro hit the worst tee shot that I have ever seen in my entire life. Never mind on 18, about to win a fucking major championship. And then prior to that, Bryson shit down his leg here. Now, listen, granted, JT went on nuclear on the back nine and made every putt. But Bryson and Lee Westwood fucked up. And what was his wins prior to those two? I can't even remember.
He won 3 times the year before that in 2020. He won Southwind. He won that fake Memorial.
And WGC doesn't count. I never count WGC because there's 12 people playing.
Not that. Oh, okay.
Right, that's basically Shadow. Okay, Shadow.
No. I'm gonna put you in a body bag right now. So basically, Arnold Palmer doesn't count for winning last week. That's because the same amount of guys, by the way.
No. But WGC that's where they start with the. Oh no, never mind. I was thinking it's where they start with a staggered leaderboard. My mistake.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my mistake. Right. That was my mistake. All right. That was my bad.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Okay. Tournament of Champions. What was that? 30 guys. Especially in 2020. In 2020, it was
like 36 guys.
Suspect.
He still won. He won 2 full field events. He won 2 full field events.
It was fucking 4 years ago, Steve.
Okay, well you're talking about when was the last time he won before players, and he won 3 times the year before that. I'm just reporting the facts, sir. All right, we've spent too much time on JC. Okay, we're 30 minutes and we've literally talked about one golfer we like. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. Okay, so you have not bet anybody under 30-1 then?
No,
that's correct. What you told me. Is that still true?
That's still true. So I'm circling Ludwig.
Okay.
Ludwig makes me worried too, right? He's a young kid. Obviously he played well out here, but he misses big too, right? And that round on Saturday at API was terrifying, right? You can get that, but you can also get the ceiling with him. And I'm going to bet a ceiling play. I'm going to take Ludwig at 18 versus JT, who I don't respect as a golfer anymore. I just don't. At 22, at Xander, who, listen, I made a cute play last week at 1 and done, tried DFS leverage, right? Hey, whatever. But he didn't look right. Like, even in the 4th round, he looked a little better, but he still didn't look like Xander. I'm not betting Fleetwood to win. Just not. I'm not betting Rory at 10-1 with the way his irons are going, and I'm never betting a Scotty 3-1 or 4-1. I'm just never doing it. And I'm not betting Colin Morikawa coming off a crushing loss where he played conservative and didn't win again. I'm just not going to do it. So I will take the guy who has won this year, who has not proven to me over the last 5 years to a decade that they luck box into wins, and that we overinflate how good these guys are based on their ball striking numbers and what the data says versus what they actually produce on the field.
Okay. All right. Well, I have bet Ludwig this week. I'll be that cheap.
Let's go. Let's go together. Let's go.
Good lucks.
Me too. Let's go.
Let's go again like we did the Genesis. So look, Saturday was ugly. Okay. And he had some pretty bad moments on round 1 as well to kind of screw things up. Listen, that happens at Bay Hill. Okay.
Saturday was bad.
It was bad. I will grant you that. And that also, am I afraid of that happening at this tournament too? Yeah. I'm afraid of that happening. I've seen the good out of Ludwig. I know what he's capable of doing. He has top 10 here before, so I know he can do pretty well. He's done good things at other similar events, like, he's won RSM. He's done top 10 in Murfield Village. He's, he had like a T27 at Travelers last year, but he hit the ball great. It was all putting that week. So I can excuse that a little bit. Like some of these types of, he can get it done on some of these shorter types of penal tracks too. And, and I just believe in the talent. Now I cheated a little bit because I got a boost on him. I was able to get a 30% boost and I bumped up to 23. And that was how I can technically kind of construct my card this week. But yeah, I just believe in the kid, maybe to a fault. Maybe because I just am biased towards Swedish golfers. I want him to be my next Henrik Stenson.
Come on. No, he's already he's my next Tom Brady. He can be your Henrik Stenson, but he is my next Tom Brady.
Okay. All right. If I'm looking for guys that can hit it long and straight, he drove the ball awesome last week. So he's good from, even if he clubs down, he's good with the longer irons. So I know he can hit those pretty good. He's good from all the ranges. Good from under 150. Good from 150 to 200. I'm worried about him putting on the overseat a little bit, but if he can just, JT won the tournament by losing strokes putting. So if he can just ball strike his way to good finishes or good showing, I think he can do, I believe in the kid. So I bet him 18. Yeah. So I technically bet him 23-1, but he's 18-1, the best price you can get him. Some other guys, look, Scotty and Rory, obviously I'm scared of Scotty.
Of course.
But I tried doing the get too cute, but let's do like the Scotty, like -110 top 20 Phoenix, like of course he dominates, and it blew up my face. I'm just going to avoid Scotty this in general. If he takes my money, he takes my money is what it is. Rory's drifting.
Oh,
and that was tempting.
His irons are bad. They're bad right now. They're not sharp. And he's changing out.
Yeah.
He's going back to his old irons and his old woods. That is a guy who is not in the mental space. And we know when Rory's not mentally locked in, it ain't a good place to be.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. He just won Pebble Beach. Why is he putting himself in a blender? It makes no sense. This guy needs a better sports psychologist and a new caddy. My God. Okay.
All right. I was tempted to bet Rory and then like one other thing, and I didn't. Xander drifted to like 30. That made me pause.
Yeah, as it should.
I ultimately decided I just don't think in your second start at Sawgrass, like he could, I think he can play well this week.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, because it's Xander. But I don't know. I don't know. You got to ask him. There's no injury doctor, so I have no idea if he's still hurt or not.
Take it easy on our boy Dirt McGirt. Listen,
I know. It's just like, well, that's that's not frustration at Dirt McGirt. That's more frustration that like the lack of information that we get out of these guys. We have absolutely no freaking idea. I don't know.
But listen, but based on what I saw, right? Based on what you saw, and there was a lot of camera time for Xander, thankfully, right? At least on ESPN Plus over the weekend. So, and I had him in one and done, and I was like, played him in Showdown a couple times because I refused to let it go, and I decided to be the fucking guy playing the violin on the Titanic with my money. Good after bad. All weekend with him. He didn't look completely right. I don't really know but he seemed tentative about some stuff. But look, man, I'm not a fucking physical therapist, but eye test, which I do a lot of my stuff with, right? I'm good. Like, let me see him do it. Scotty came back, looked a little rusty, fixed what he was doing wrong. Still a little rusty, kind of fixed that a little bit. And then last week couldn't buy a putt, maybe 3 or 4 stats. That's what he gets himself right. And that'll be right about Masters time for Xander.
Yeah, I think that was basically the tiebreaker for me. Was like, while Sunday was good, I mean, he was stress-free, playing by himself. He actually didn't really hit the ball that great that day.
He actually just started making putts.
Yeah. So, I mean, he definitely could play well this week, but for outright, I don't think he's quite ready. Hideki, this is the thing with Hideki. And then I want to get to Colin, and then we're done with the top of the range.
Yeah.
So I guess if you like Hideki, and a lot of people like Hideki this week, there's the popular feeling about how course history is not sticky at this place. Okay. But if you like Hideki, you are essentially backing his course history here, because his recent form. Why is that not true?
Because so I am normally a short-term guy, right? I am betting on Decky's long-term iron play and his 3-wood being an absolute fucking weapon for him, and being a guy who can close the tournament and chase down somebody if he's down. And that's why I'm betting him. So this is why I think I might have gone too far with the not betting losers thing, and just looking at guys who've won and proven to me that they can win. I might have swung too far in the other direction, because I've gone away from what I know. Yeah, so listen, I'm admitting it as I'm walking through it right now, right? You know me, I'm always give me who's in good form right now. That is the most important thing to me at most points, because I feel like golf is such a feel game. It worries me a little bit, but I just felt like the number wasn't. I just felt like the number wasn't right. I'll always bet a number that I don't think is right. Hideki being behind a guy who's never won in the goddamn United States is fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I immediately snap bet things like that. Like, that's stupid. That's a bad fucking number. Somebody did something wrong. Like, I'm going to take advantage of that. In no world, in no fucking planet, unless it's a DP World Tour, should Hideki Matsuyama be behind Tommy Fleetwood to win a golf tournament. Period. End of story. No questions. No nothing. Like, that's it.
Okay. I think I would probably agree with that at this point. I mean, that's why Tommy Fleetwood's only a top 20 on my betting card.
Yeah, I just same thing.
I'm just going to do that.
Top 10 this week.
Yeah. I mean, like, I like, there's things that I like about Tommy. Obviously, great driver, great ball striker. You know, this type of track would suit him. But like, there's the guys that have gotten in the mix a lot and then eventually just knock it down. And Tommy just hasn't done that a whole lot. Like, there's very few times I have the last year where I sit there like, maybe Tommy can win this tournament. Like, there was 2 years ago with Nick Taylor, obviously in the playoff, like, you know, that's luck. Ran into Scotty at like Golf National, and maybe that's what you hang your hat on with Tommy this week. Otherwise, though, like, at least with the United States, and even on the DP World Tour, like, there's a couple tournaments where he was in the mix. Like, he won one against Rory back in Dubai.
Yep.
I don't know. That one just feels like if he burns me this week, it's positional. I know he's nuked on Bookmaker. I think I'm just going to ignore it, just do positional, and that's it. So
yep, I did a top 10 on Tommy. And look, I get all the Decky stuff, and now especially I heard somebody's telling me that his neck might be hurt. And then I did a radio hit today with Jacksonville, and the guy was on the course all day, and he said he was walking back and forth at the range talking to people, and Decky was standing there for 30 minutes and didn't hit. And I was like, well, that doesn't make me feel great. So I'm going to have to check with Stick and see if he saw him swing the club. But I bet it on Monday just because I thought the number was wrong. The guy's a proven winner. He's already won this year. If his irons are good, there's few people that are better if his irons are good. And that 3-wood to me is such a fucking weapon on a place where he can club down and he doesn't have to be squirrely off the tee.
Okay. I mean, his irons have not been good the last 4 starts, and you would have seen good Hideki clubbing down at Pebble and probably Sony, and he didn't drive it all that great there either.
Yeah, so Pebble's tough for me because I don't remember what wave he was in, and if he got ate up by the weather, you know what I mean, like that type of shit. Like my memory's not good enough for that.
All right, okay.
It's a blessing and a curse for me to be able to bet somebody like that and be like, I don't remember if he was bad or good there.
Okay, all right. Can I say one thing about Colin, and then let's move on? We spent a lot of time in this range because he's massively popular this week.
Usually popular.
Got steamed down, even though he's not in the tip chart. I like DFS high ownership. You know, he on all like the chalk, like betting, like expert picks that aren't really gambling related. A lot of Colin picks. This should be a good golf course for him. For whatever reason, though, it just has not worked. Not just here, but other Pete Dye designs. It just like he's been kind of meh there. Like he has, I think, like a T9 at Harbor Town 2 years ago. He was in final group with Stuart Sink in 2021 and got vaporized on the final day.
But with the 3-wood, Stuart Sink putting with the 3-wood.
But like other than that, though,
I was
for whatever reason
for updates.
For whatever reason, and our boy Jeff Nagel was always on this, by the way.
Always.
About how Colin Morikawa and Pete Dye don't mix. And I've been trying to think about that, why that is. And it could be because, you know, you do have to hit the ball both ways here.
You can hit the ball.
But, you know, there's the adage you got to do that at Augusta. But it's so much more longer irons. You're still playing so far back that, like, it's kind of diminished that over the years. Yeah. So, but like at a Dye course, a little shorter, like you have to hit the hard draw sometimes to get to a club, you know, to the right side of the fairway they like to be hitting in, or to get to a correct, like get to the pin. So, and because he just has that stock fade, maybe that's why it hasn't gone well here. But why I'm worried this week is there are signs of Morikawa kind of breaking out at this golf course. So, for example, he was first round leader, or no, he was almost first round leader in 2023.
And Hoagie took it from him.
Wait,
was that 2 years ago? It doesn't matter.
That was 2 years ago. And he had a horrible Saturday for whatever reason. And it seems like a lot of his problems at Sawgrass have been mostly around the green and putting. And he's better in those categories now. Yeah. So I'm worried about it. I mean, obviously I didn't bet it, but I am worried that he is going to put us.
Yeah, let's put it this way. I will be surprised, but I also won't be surprised, if that makes any sense.
All right, let's move on from this range then. So 35 to like 80 to 1.
Yep.
I've only bet one guy in here. I have room for one more.
Same.
So why don't you talk about, let's go down the list. Okay. You bet Keegan, right?
Yes, of course I bet Keegan.
Okay. All right. Do we need to even explain it?
I mean, look, it's not just a homer thing. I mean, look at his approach game right now. I mean, the man shot a 29 on the front nine. He had an abysmal Saturday. If he didn't have like two disaster holes and just even part them, he would have been 2 strokes up on fucking Henley. He's long and straight off the box, good with his irons, straight, knows how to avoid trouble when he can. Look, it's a water course. It's terrifying with Keegan. Up until the last 2 years, before a certain media member mushed his ass walking in, he was one of the most steamed players fucking 2 years ago because of his course history and how well he's played. He's in much better shape now. He's Captain Keegan. Maybe he's trying to play himself onto the team, right? His iron play has been lights out. I mean, how can you not go into Thursday, Friday with confidence after doing what you just did at API, which is a much more difficult course than this? With a decent course history here, you're feeling good about yourself. I like Keegan a lot here. The number is more than fucking fair at 50 to 1. Okay.
Aren't you the one though that, like, when Keegan's popular, like your chalk and DFS, that he usually goes poorly for him?
He's not on the list, and I don't even think he's chalky in fucking DFS.
He's like 15% ownership probably. How can he not after what he did last week, and that he's coming to Bay Hill, a place where he almost won a couple years ago?
Yeah, I know. Listen, I hear you. I'm playing him. Okay. I think the number's fair, and I like everything that goes along with it.
Okay. I can be convinced on Keegan.
Yeah,
this week.
I mean, look what he's done. I mean,
obviously he fits everything I'm looking for. He's a great driver, hits a lot of fairways, great from under 150. Bad overseat putter though. but that is a little de-emphasized here. But that is concerning.
Agreed.
His overall Sawgrass history, by the way, is not good. And I know the course history isn't sticky, but he has the almost win in 2022, where 50% of the field was blown away at that point. So can we even count that as a true win? I don't know.
Do we count Cam Smith's win? That yes, we absolutely do.
I'm just trolling you. I'm just trolling at that point. Well, otherwise though, it is kind of spotty.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I could probably be convinced on Keegan. How about this?
He's the same number as Sanjay M. Ugh.
Yeah, Sanjay continues to do well in my model, and I get why, but I don't know. He made a little run last week at API, but his irons still were trash.
Terrible. It was all putting.
Yeah, I think he's still driving it pretty good. That's obviously an edge here, but pass. All right, how about this?
Okay.
So we talk about Fleetwood being you're not going to bet him because he doesn't win. Okay. You feel that way about Shane Lowry too? Even though he doesn't win either, it's the vibe. Kind of.
I like him better just because he's a big fat Irishman, and I feel like me and him would get along well.
Yeah,
got a hole in one here. Saw that. That's pretty awesome.
So here's my concern. Lowry's put himself in position to actually win this year more than Fleetwood. Pebble Beach last week, he's playing good. I'm a little concerned about the fact that he's driving so shitty now.
Yeah. Club down, maybe? I don't really know.
Yeah, you're still 10 drivers here.
Yeah, I know. It probably more drivers than ever last year. And so my boy asked me, we were doing matchups, and I was like, no, you fade Lowry. I was like, fade Lowry, especially today. I was like, and I like this one on Saturday. Usually he'll melt on Sunday, but I like the guy better on Saturday, whoever it was against him. I can't remember. And he was like, no way. And then Shane Lowry showed up on Saturday. I was like, oh, that's normally the Sunday Lowry. I was like, I got lucky because he does the same thing, man. When he's over a 3-foot putt, when you have money on him, it's the fucking worst.
Yeah. I don't know. Of these guys from 35 to 60, other than the guy I bet, he's probably my favorite.
Who'd you bet? Did you bet Connors? Did you bet Connors?
No, I bet Berger. I bet Berger 65.
That's fine. I bet him too. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, talking about putting yourself in the mix for wins and you eventually fall into it. Phoenix, Amex, Cognizant.
Plays well in Florida.
Plays well. Yeah, obviously plays well in Florida. There were rumors that he was sick over the weekend at Cognizant. Maybe this is a Ludwig thing. Yeah, like that piques your interest there.
I like that.
Obviously drives the ball great. The recent iron play, really good. So putts well on this surface, plays well here. Maybe he'll actually get a favorable ruling, and because Hovland's terrible, so he won't be around the weekend. So maybe Berger will get a favorable ruling this time on 16 if he does something stupid. I'm kidding, by the way. No, I bet Berger at 65. So I can fit technically one more guy in this range.
Yeah,
I just say screw it, and maybe this is the Fleetwood week, and I just bet Fleetwood at this point.
Look, I can't fault anybody for betting Fleetwood. I've just been hurt too many times by it. I get why people do it. I get it. It just is what it is, and I'm over it. I'll be happy when he wins. I won't be there though. I just won't be there.
Okay. Yeah, because all right. So maybe I should go back to this. So all right. So the guys I could bet this Cantlay. Look, as much as I think he could be a sneaky play this week, I cannot
scream at you.
Put myself through the mental anguish that I did in 2022 of picking this guy, and he was in the good wave and somehow still missed the cut. I was furious.
I remember how furious you were. You swore him off then, and then I had to talk you off him. You bet him again this year somehow. You just keep going back to him. He is a very unserious golfer. He fucking stinks. Fucking stinks. And he doesn't care about it. This guy is the ultimate, put him in any other sport. He's the Albert Hainsworth. He's the He's the Albert Bell. I used two Alberts. Anybody who's just a mercenary for money, that's what he cares about. And now he's distracted because he's trying to climb some weird ladder with Monahan. And yeah, man, fuck Cantlay. I hope he's not even on the fucking Ryder Cup team. Like, that guy can kick fucking rocks, and I do not care. Like, I could never see him again.
All right, so Cantlay has been showing up at places now that we wouldn't expect him to show up.
Yeah, on Bermuda, we used to fade him on Bermuda. Like,
it's not even just that. It's not even just that. So he showed up at Pinehurst, like a firm Bermuda golf course. I would not think Cantlay would be a fit there, and he did very well that week. Cantlay was never really good at Torrey Pines, then played good,
I guess.
So, like, maybe is Cantlay just sneaking up on everybody now? Like, playing?
No, he's not sneaking up on anybody.
No, he doesn't sneak up at anybody. Okay,
no, fuck it.
All right. I mean, other guys, like, I'm not betting Burns. I'm not betting Wyndham Clark. No. I can't do the Corey Connors thing.
What's funny is, so I thought about playing a first round leader, because how funny would it be that this motherfucker couldn't make a goddamn birdie all day Sunday, and then comes out in his first round leader Thursday at Sawgrass, because he's got a good tee time for it, and I think he goes off at 10.
Okay.
I think I might bet Corey Connors first round leader just because.
All right. I think positional play. I can't take him seriously to actually win, though. Mad McNeely.
Siwoo's got. Can we talk about Siwoo for a second? He's gotten fat, right?
Maybe.
No, listen. I'm telling you. Listen, as you get fatter,
he's never been like in shape, though.
Nah, that's why that's even more troubling. I'm telling you. Like, I noticed he was fatter. Like, I think he hasn't changed his swing. As you get bigger, you have to change your swing. Cameron, you'll learn someday. He just doesn't give me that roller coaster, like I said, which is my own issue. But it looked like he was going to show up last weekend and just kind of faded off again. Like, I don't know, man. Like, Siwoo at that number, no fucking thank you.
Yeah. I want to bring up this comment, though. So, yes, I agree. Harbortown is from Webby. Harbortown is a comp course, arguably Cantlay's best course. True, but that's been true for years, and he hasn't done well here. Like literally, I was watching in 2022, like, knowing all this. Like, okay, he's done well at Harbortown. He's done well at, like, Traveler. Like, all these places are like, okay, this is like Cantlay courses. And it literally looked like he hated the fucking place. Like, could not find fairways. It just seemed like it didn't suit his eye, and it just has never worked here. Maybe it'll work this year, but I cannot put myself through that again. So, all right. One guy I was looking at down here, I bet him for positional. Bob McIntyre. I got him for a top 20 plus 240. He could potentially be a guy I consider to win at 70-1, where great driver, been hitting a lot of fairways. Iron play's been really up and down, and he hasn't been really good here. But if you look back at when he played at Sawgrass, he was playing like absolute crap in 2024. And then he played it again in 2021, and just, he wasn't a mainstream guy, or like, he wasn't a mainstay on the PGA Tour at that point. You know, he's still kind of a Euro guy coming over occasionally. So, you know, I mean, he's got good finishes at Southwind, played well at, Hamilton Golf and Country Club. That's more of a club down golf course like this place. So, I mean, good at like Wentworth.
I like Bobby Wack.
Good work. Top 10 LA Golf National a couple years ago. I could possibly get behind that. Like, he wins.
It's a good number.
I know he wins. It's a good number.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's the guy. Maybe that's it's all right. How about this? It's going to be either I just say screw it with the ROI and just take Tommy, or I go Bobby Mack at 70.
Go Bobby. You're going to feel better about it.
I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. I got positionals on both. So we'll see.
Anybody down the board you like top 20s on? They got some good payouts or anything like that?
You know what? So you mentioned him in the tip chart. I like Akshay this week, and I think that's going to be music to Cam's ears, because he loves Akshay. Just anytime we mention Akshay, he loves just
gets a fucking hard on
reaffirming him. Okay, hi Cam, how you doing?
Hi Cam.
I love watching his swing.
Okay, so you're not actually high on the golfer.
He's so lanky and like and just his swing is just so beautiful. That's what I like.
Okay. I mean, technically, Aaron Rye's in this range, and we just got in our comment from.
Yeah, I was gonna. I was showing it. You hit it.
Yeah. So why is everyone so high on Rye? I get he has a good course fit, but he plays the most boring bland of golf. Is your burner account, by the way? He's always just a middling golfer. Can you talk through Rye? So just course model darling here. Great ball striker, really accurate. Playing recently well. For me, it's just a positional only bet for me on him. I bet him a top 40 or top 20 plus 240. That's really it though.
So I like Rye. I don't know why you said it was my burner account. I like Rye. It's like he's a guy who I respect. Like the two gloves thing is kind of jokey, but whatever. He uses the iron covers, but I respect why he did that because his dad was, a working class dude and spent a lot of money on that shit. And he respected that his parents paid a lot of money for that shit. And I don't know. I feel like those type of values, I respect.
Okay.
Listen, the kid is a super good long player, right? Like he's a good long iron player. Good in wind. He should be good here. He's just chalk at DFS. And I think the number is probably too short, really. Like in this field, 70-1 for Aaron Rye, I think it's probably too short.
Okay, back to Akshay for a second. So hits a lot of fairways, accurate driver. Iron play's been pretty good recently. Good from under 150. Good with the long irons too, from 200 plus. So I know that if he clubs down off the tee, that's a club he's very comfortable hitting. He's pretty good with it. He did pretty well at Travelers last summer, like a top 5 there, top 20 at Harbor Town. So a lot of places where you kind of see some crossover there. Kind of like Akshay this. Yeah. So I didn't bet him outright. I considered the top 20 at plus like 350 or so.
350. I looked at that one too.
But on Bet Rivers, I went down a little bit, plus 240 for a top 30. That's getting over 2-1 at that point.
I fucking hate the markers you get sometimes. It just irritates me.
So my track record betting top 30s are usually terrible, but I like that price and I like the player. So, so I like Akshay. I guess we'll answer this question. I mean, we're not a DFS. Oh, do I like Akshay more than Rye in DFS taking ownership out of it? Taking owner. I guess. You have to take. You have to take.
Right, have to take ownership into it. So I would take Akshay because Rye is going to be chalk.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a DFS show, but if you're looking for leverage, I like Akshay this week. I do. I think he can play pretty well. So, all right. I mean, some other guys down here. I mean, Doug Gim is really chalk, but I get it. Like, this is basically your go-to. Where if you like Doug Gim, you always talk about Sawgrass. And always being good here, but accurate driver, great ball striker. I get it. The Alex Smalley being 120-1 is a little more palatable at this point. I'm not betting him outright, but just a solid driver, hitting his irons okay. I don't need him to actually win. Just cashing like a top 40 or something like plus 120 or top 20 at like 4-1 or something. That's okay. Joe Highsmith.
What about Bridgman? What about Bridgman?
Yeah, I mean, Bridgman's playing good.
You put him on my radar, and I should have played him last week. I'm so mad I didn't play him last week.
Yeah. I mean, Highsmith, Bridgman, and I came out to say this, like Max McGreevy, playing good, driving the ball good, irons look good. Like this is critical mass because Max McGreevy was always my whipping boy for like a guy who should not have his card on the PGA Tour. And now the fact that I kind of like him this week means he's probably going to miss the cup like $1 billion. But I don't hate that play. He's like 200-1. I wouldn't recommend betting him outright, but long shot top 20, top 40 play. You could see that. Austin Eckroat, just a solid ball striker, good driver, good with the mid irons, good long iron player. Terrible around the green, but if you're just a great ball striker here, you can get away with it. So I think that's a guy you could consider down the board. Taylor Moore's driving it really good lately. The irons are trash.
It's a red state. Taylor Moore,
red state, and he's good. He's good in Florida. So that could work out for you, maybe. Going back to Ryan Gerard.
What do you think about?
He's as popular this week?
No, he's definitely not as popular this week. But he cashed as chalk, so it's weird that he's not more popular because he made it and played fine.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm looking at his profile. I don't see a reason why not to go back to a Ryan Gerard. Like, decent driver, decent accuracy, good iron player. You know, I don't good from under 150, good with the long irons. I don't see why you wouldn't maybe want to consider him this week. Played fine at Cognizant. You know, I mean, like there was a point where we thought, like, oh my God, is he the next Justin Thomas? And he put 3 in the water, but he played fine that week. That could work again. I don't know. I've named a lot of names. What about you? What about some names like way down the card you like?
So I like Diamond. Fucking like he's got a good course history. He's been playing well. I know he's DFS chalk, but it has nothing to do with betting. And you can get Diamond at fucking plus 450 for a top 20.
Is he going to be like the Anirban Lahiri this year?
I think he might be. Like,
it'd be wild.
I don't know, man. What?
It'd be wild. No, it would be wild from the standpoint of the dude almost lost his card last year. And
oh, that's right. I didn't even think about it because he's so fucking popular with the casuals. I don't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, Diamond, like I'm not usually on him. In DFS, he's going to be super popular because he's almost a stone fucking minimum. But dude, 4-1 for a guy. Listen, course history's not sticky here, but whatever. Like he's played well here, so he's comfortable here. And Diamond is somebody who I want to have good course history with because he's such a mental midget. Yeah, anytime he gets like out of whack, he goes and gets hammered at the turn and then screws everything up. So I want somebody where he's playing well. So I like Diamond at that. I like Denny McCarthy.
So now we're going back up. Now we're going back up the board.
But okay. Denny, no, just for a top 20 plus 250. I'm never a guy who bets Denny McCarthy. Like, I don't think I respected his 3-wood as much as I should have, based on how many eagles this guy short off the box and still makes more eagles than I think anybody I can think about. That's a very strange thing, is it not?
I don't know. I've never really given much thought to that.
So
I usually where my brain goes.
But he's short off the box. And every time I'm looking, I'm like, Denny McCarthy has another fucking eagle on a par 5. It's nuts. It's 3-wood insane.
So eagles are so rare that I never really think about eagle rates.
It's not even that I think about eagle rates. It's that like usually I'm doing like a showdown or something like that, and I'm like, fucking Christ, another Denny eagle. But I mean, longer guys down the board. I don't know. Cam Davis is a problem for me, and I feel like I need to get off of it. I feel like I need to get some methadone for Cam Davis. I bet him a lot, and he's played bad here, and he has. I mean, look what he did on fucking Friday to me. He was clearly inside the cut, and then I think he went 9 over on fucking Friday at API. Yeah, I don't, man. 150, bunch of good top 20 numbers like that. Novak, friend of the network, always a good play, playing really well. Had a great Saturday, middling Sunday, but that's what happens, right? You're gonna shoot 8 under on a Saturday, you're gonna middle on a Sunday. But a positional on Novak, I mean, you can get like almost 4.5 to 1 for a top 20. Like I already said, your boy Bridgman, man, Bridgman. I like Bridgman a lot, which is a problem. What do you think about what do you think about Brian Campbell?
What do I think about Brian Campbell? I mean, he's persona non grata in our parts, despite a very good interview he did with
it was a good interview.
There. I mean, I can't bet everybody. This is a betting show. I can't bet everybody.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Yeah. So and then I went back to some of my other losers. Johnny Vegas top 20, over 5 to 1. Great course history here. What made me fall in love with Johnny Vegas was that 90-foot putt he made on 17. I don't know, 8 years ago at this point, maybe 9. I'm so bad at that. Matty Schmid, my favorite Italian.
He stinks, guys. He stinks.
He does not stink.
He does stink.
Hold on.
Do you know how many times guys have been on him, like at the desert golf courses, and he just lets everybody down?
I mean, that's fair. And listen, and Sam Ryder, I will ride with Sam Ryder again.
Okay. All right. Maddie Smith finished T6 at Puerto Rico.
Yep.
You know what? You guys want to go back to him? Fine. Go back to him. He stinks though. He's gonna give people what they deserve. But okay.
Fine. Right. Oh, let me ask you a thought. I heard this name kicking around. Yeah, this is way down. This is not wicked far down the board, but I meant to ask you about him. So Ekrot.
Yeah, I already talked about him.
But why though? Like, why do people like him? I don't understand it. Is it just because around the green you're in the drink here, and that's just
I think it's because the missed fairway penalty is so high here. He's just a really good driver. Like you're setting yourself pretty well. So
yeah, all right.
And he's really good from like 150 to 200. Good long iron player, which means that I have confidence he can club down off the tee. That. Okay. So yeah, like winter in Florida. Done on a water golf course. So, I mean, that's probably why, in his one appearance here, he hit the ball pretty good. So, he's shown he can get around this place.
Yeah. So we got a question about EVR. I never play EVR on a water course. Thank you. Never, ever, 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 ever.
Okay.
Ever.
All right.
Must go. Right? Anything?
No, that's it. So why don't we actually, no, I have one last thing. Okay. See, you ended up betting somebody at below 40 to 1, which, that was not something that you told me you were going to do. Like,
I haven't bet him yet.
24 hours ago. All right.
I didn't bet him yet. Ludwig, you're talking about.
Okay. You said you were going to bet him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you just not remember the text you sent me yesterday?
I said, I don't want to bet anybody under 40 to 1.
Thank you. Okay. So I found a bet that's perfect for that.
Okay. What do you got?
Or kind of perfect for that. So on DraftKings right now, there's big guns versus the field. You got the field or the OWGR top 10. Now I just looked at the OWGR top 10. It's not as confidence inducing as I would like it to be, but it has, I think, all of the guys 30 to 1 and under. So that would be, how about we make this the charity bet of the week?
I'll give you Scotty plus 9 golfers.
No. So you give me, well, you are all in on top of the board is dead. And these guys are all losers
no. That's bullshit. No. That's not what I mean. I'm not betting that. It doesn't mean I'm not afraid of Scotty and that I don't think he can fucking win. He completely fucking
bet me over. So, I mean, on DK, the field is minus 120 over the OWR top 10 of Scotty, Rory, Xander, Colin, Ludwig, Hideki, Russell Henley, Wyndham Clark, JT Fleetwood.
I have two bets inside of that top 10.
Fine. You're no fun.
You trying to sucker me into that shit.
I'm not trying to sucker you. No.
Scotty plus 9 golfers. You want me to lay minus 120? Jesus,
no, it would be.
Steve, do you respect me at all as a man?
It's not. You're not laying juice. It would be. It's just our charity bet. No, someone threw that out in Discord, and I just recalled that text you sent me saying you don't want to bet any loser under 40 to 1. I said that's kind of the perfect bet. Why don't we do that?
No, absolutely not.
Fine.
I will never take a bet like that.
Just taking money away from. You're taking money away from children. Congratulations.
You're just trying to catch up, trying to sucker me in.
I'm not. I'm beating you on the year.
No, I'm beating you on the year.
No, you're beating me in the tip start.
In the charity bets.
I have it. I am up 1.5 to 0.5 because we have drawn twice.
All right. I thought you told me last time we were up. This is what I get for letting you keep track.
No, the last one we did was Cognizant, where we did Danny Willett versus Camilo Villegas, and they both missed the cut at +4.
At -4.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I guess we're not doing that then. Okay. All right. I got nothing else. Where I stand tonight, I bet Ludwig, I bet JT, I bet Daniel Berger. I could bet either Fleetwood and just say, screw the ROI. I don't care. I just want to bet this guy. Or bet Bobby McIntyre. It's going to be one of those. And then for positionals, I bet Tommy Fleetwood top 20, Daniel Berger top 20 at +250. Aaron Rye top 20 +240. Bobby McIntyre top 20 +240. Akshay top 30 +240. And then I will see about the round scores. I will post them in Discord.
Yeah, the round scores are fucking fire. I actually referenced that on my radio hit tonight. to come check out the Discord. Which is funny because I'm talking to a Jacksonville audience and I'm like, I don't know if they know what a Discord is. So my outrights, I got Hideki, Keegan, and Berger. I'm probably going to add Ludwig, then I'll probably be it for my outrights. 3 matchups I didn't talk about. I took Berger minus 115 over Burns because Burns blows. I took Fleetwood plus 110 over Rory because I don't trust where his mental space is at.
You're only getting plus 110 over Rory?
I live in Florida, Steve. I live in Florida.
That feels like that feels like a bad price.
I don't care. There's nothing I can do. I live in Florida. The Seminoles are goddamn.
You could just not bet that. Family. You could just not bet that.
But okay. Cool. I could also just not breathe. That's fun. What is that? And then I also took Keegan plus 120 over Xander. Positionals. I took Bridgman 5-1. Denny plus 250, Diamond 4-1, Tommy top 10 plus 250. My first round leaders out. Oh, I took a fun one. Top Korean. Somehow they let that one slip through. 4-1, Benyon.
Benyon,
4-1.
That's not who I thought you were going with. I thought you were just gonna go Siwoo.
No, he's a fat loser now. I don't get what's happening with him.
I love that. I love that capper. I gotta find that. Look at his numbers recently, Steve.
I know that, but okay.
Yeah, he's betting in. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel this bet now that fucking Cam likes it. Who was that loser mustache you put me on?
Yeah, I mean, Cam, recently is one tournament, and I think Bay Hill's a little better fit for him than Sawgrass. But
you think so?
Yeah, I mean, his results are cut T30, T26, cut T35, cut.
Yeah, it's fine. It's 4-1. I'm fine with it. It's fine. Okay. It's 4-1. All right. So we'll be back on Sunday night with where are we going next?
So it's Valspar. We're gonna have to talk about the schedule. I am solo dadding again this weekend. So we'll have to figure that out. We might have to go a little earlier.
That's fine.
Maybe like directly after the players. But
that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, directly after the players. We'll do our Valspar. We'll do our recap. Hopefully, recap with some fucking winners. And then our normal Tuesday night show. Valspar is a great tournament. Love Valspar. Yeah, I'm excited for that. And then we're 4 weeks away from the Masters?
Yes, actually.
4 weeks away from the Masters. So we're routed right into form. Yeah, let's get some winners this week, boys. Let's show some green screens. Let's get some winners on the ISN Discord. Once again, like and subscribe if you hung on this long. Goes a very long way. And yeah, come sign up, man. We had a shit ton of signups this week. We have people on the ground at every tournament here moving forward. I'll be there Thursday. If anybody's there Thursday, hit me up on Twitter. I'll check my DMs. I usually don't check Twitter much, but if you hit me on my DMs, I'll go buy you a beer. Come meet me up on Thursday. I'd love to get up with everybody. Other than that, let's go.